The building you are standing in right now is doing something to your brain. Not passively, actively. The height of the ceiling above you is changing how you think, what you believe you are allowed to do, and how much power you feel you have. This was understood by the Romans. It was codified by the Catholic Church, and it is still being used on you today. In every bank, courthouse, and corporate headquarters you have ever walked into. In ancient Rome, public buildings were engineered to a specific psychological formula. The basilica, the Roman civic hall, used soaring columns, elevated platforms, and long central naves to create a single effect, to make the person who entered feel small, and the authority at the end of the room feel large. When the Catholic Church adopted this architectural model in the 4th century, they did not change the formula. They understood it perfectly. The taller the space above you, the more abstract your thinking becomes. The more abstract your thinking becomes, the more receptive you are to ideas that transcend the everyday. They were not building rooms. They were building states of mind. In 2007, researchers Joan Meyers-Levy and Rui Yu published a study that put a number on something architects had known intuitively for centuries. They tested people in rooms with ceilings of 10 feet versus 8 feet. The people in high-ceiling rooms consistently performed better on tasks requiring abstract, creative, and free thinking. The people in low-ceiling rooms performed better on tasks requiring focus, detail, and compliance. 2 feet of ceiling height. Measurably different cognitive states. The researchers called it the cathedral effect. And what it means is that the room you are in right now is not a neutral container. It is an argument. It is making a case for how you should think, what you should feel, and how much agency you should believe you have. You just were not told that when you walked in. Now look at where this knowledge went. Banks in the 19th century adopted the Roman basilica model directly. High marble ceilings, massive columns, elevated teller windows. The message was not subtle. You are small. Your money is important, and the institution that holds it is larger than you. Courthouses used the same vocabulary. The judge sits elevated. The defendant stands below. The ceiling soars. Every spatial element communicates. A single sentence. You do not have power here. Corporate architecture learned this too. The headquarters of major banks and law firms are not tall because of cost efficiency. They are tall because height communicates dominance, not just to the outside, to the people working inside. A 2010 study found that people who sat in higher chairs during negotiations made more aggressive offers and were less willing to compromise. The chair was 2 inches taller. That was enough. But here is where the story turns. Because the same knowledge that was used to make you feel small has also been used deliberately to make people feel powerful. Apple stores have 40-foot glass facades and open floor plans, not for aesthetics, but because open horizontal space activates exploration and confidence. Google and Facebook built campuses with wide open spaces, natural light, and no visible hierarchy in the architecture. Because research showed that flat spatial environments produce more creative and collaborative thinking. The people who design spaces for you have read the same studies. They chose what to do with that knowledge. And every room you walk into, the DMV, the hospital waiting room, the government office, with low ceilings and no windows, was also a choice, just not one made in your interest. So the next time you walk into a building and feel, without knowing why, that you should lower your voice, straighten your posture, or ask permission before speaking, you now know what is happening. The ceiling is talking to you. The columns are giving you instructions. The elevated platform at the far end of the room is telling you where the power is. And none of it is accidental. The question is not whether spaces shape you. They do. The question is, who decided what shape you should be in when you got there? And did anyone ask you? This is Unlit Rooms, and we are just getting started.